What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction, getting back to Dr. Stone. Got 2 new episodes to watch. Newest one dropped today, and then we got last week's episode. And I haven't gotten to that just simply because Diablo 4 released, and it has been consuming my life. That game is so much fun. Officially getting back to Dr. Stone. Very excited to get into this. Last episode, from what I remember correctly, we finally got the lab off of the main ship, Perseus. So it's going to make us a lot more valuable and more efficient on what we're trying to accomplish, and also, you know, use science to our advantage like we always have. And first things first, whenever we get the lab, we start getting, you know, Kohaku and everybody else beautified, mainly Kohaku, but then we kind of start, you know, messing around with Senku and Gin and see them get their makeup done, and it just is like this really funny scene. But then they actually end up seeing, like, okay, you know, Gen's a little too tall for the look, you know, Senku just definitely doesn't look it, you know what I'm saying, doesn't, you know, make it work at all. But then they look at Ginro, and they're like, yo, Ginro might be able to actually pull it off, and they actually do. Like, they make him look pretty goddamn good, just in time for this beauty contest, which is the next day. And so sure enough, they come and start selecting these women like they do every year. Sure enough, Amaryllis, Kohaku, and Ginro get chosen. Like, Ginro was trying his hardest not to get chosen. He was like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm a guy. Like, blah, blah, blah. And he actually gets chosen. He's like, I think what is it called? Fuck, dude. He's like the assistant to the leader or the master. Can't remember the title they actually give him. But he was the one that was in front of Ginro, and Ginro was trying his hardest to come off as like this, like, you know, unlikable girl, because since he's a guy, he didn't want to be chosen. And the assistant or whatever is like, you know, you're kind of, you know, whatever, you know, and but you know, you pass, you're good. Like, let's come with us. Like, like Ginro was trying his hardest not to get chosen, and he still did. So, you know, it didn't work out in his favor. But they're, you know, at least they have a good amount of people. Like, they have 3 people that are going inside the inner palace. So I'm hoping this episode we actually get to see what this inner palace looks like, and maybe potentially even see who the master actually is, because I feel like that's going to be a big reveal on why these people on this island have the access to, or even know what the petrification beam is. It has to do something with the master. Like, I feel like there's more of a source for the petrification beam other than just this weapon that we've seen so far. But I could be wrong. It could just be that weapon, but it seems oddly simple. Like, I don't know how they figured it out, and I'm very curious to see them actually get down to the business and figure that out, like where the source is from the petrification beam, and actually learn how they used it in this weapon, or how they made this weapon to use it to their advantage, and then hopefully also, you know, figure out how we can use it ourselves or harness it ourselves, because obviously that's the whole goal. We're trying to figure out how to petrify somebody ourselves so we can do that to Tsukasa and end up saving him. Like, this is the whole purpose of this journey, and I didn't think we would get to that so quickly on this island, but this is the island where, you know, Senku's dad and the astronauts started, and what started Ishigami Village, because people left from this island to Ishigami Village, and that's what started that village. You know what I'm saying? So it all has come down, you know, passed down years and years and years, because it's been about 3,000 years since Senku's dad, basically, and the astronauts, and so much has changed. They're mainly coming here for, you know, obviously they wanted to come here for their first stop just to get the, you know, the materials from that crate that has like platinum, which will give them like unlimited source of revival fluid, which is the big thing, but there's plenty of other materials in there that would help them a lot. That was what they were mainly coming here for, this island. But now this island also, since they have that petrification beam weapon, and then maybe even a source for that, this is like the end all be all. Like, this is where we need to be to get these materials and also find out about the petrification beam, and then boom, mission successful. We don't need to go anywhere else. I don't see why we would have to go down to the bottom of the planet now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they still are curious enough and we'll go there after, but I think this is the jackpot, bro. Like, this is where we need to be, this island. So I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to see where we go and see if we see this inner palace. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. Let's get into it. Episode 10, Science Wars of Season 3, Dr. Stone.
つけると可愛くなるとかそういうこと？でも可愛い選手権もう終わっちゃうんだよ。動線ぐるぐる巻きのリングが 飾り本体と見せてまんまコイルだ。
Uh-huh. Okay.
潜入ミッションで使う。ああ。
So wait, we're gonna be able to communicate with them?
遠隔で指示が出せる超絶便利な。
Yeah, okay, damn, they made like a base, like a little ear remote. Little earpiece. Yeah, earpiece. Let's go, baby. Ah, right into the intro. I haven't heard this opening in a minute, bro. This opening's vibey, bro. I love this shit. Science Wars, baby. Let's go.
こういうのって IC チップとかなんじゃ。ただの石だぞ。G まで。応援校、大鉄鋼、自然道なんでもいい。いらねえぞ。つけっぱで永遠に聞ける。G まで。
Bro, what? I didn't know that's how an earpiece worked. You don't need a battery or nothing.
意味わかんない。仕組みとしては鉱石ラジオっつうやつだ。
Bro, I love Dr. Stone's soundtrack. It's so good.
やるじゃない銀狼ちゃん。ああ、くっちゃべってる暇ねえぞ。
He's teasing Ginro, of course he is. Nobody else saw that shit? Nobody else saw that shit?
動作テストかます間もね。可愛いポーズして。
This guy's sick.
可愛いポーズ。
That pissed her off. Or is she actually trying? Yeah, she doesn't even know what cute is. She's like, I can't do that shit. Oh my god. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. It took everything out of her to do that pose though. They portray, I mean, she's definitely more of the tomboy type. That's what they portray her as. She's a strong ass warrior. She's beautiful, but she's a warrior, bro.
でもインカムで指令は出せるようになったけど、どういう作戦でこれから石化光線ゲットするんだよ。
アホみたく正面突破で奪うっつうのは、まあ100億%無理。
Yeah, we're gonna have to be sneaky with this shit, bro. We're not gonna be able to just take it by force, I feel like.
石化光線をキリサメが自分から手放してくれる瞬間が一瞬だけあんだろうが。使うために投げるその瞬間、そこをいただく。え？
Is that gonna be actually feasible though? Like grabbing it as they throw it? Because
でもさ、敵陣に侵入したのはいいけど。
look, Ginro's so good at putting his voice like a girl. Like, bro, he's perfect for this. But what I was saying is, like, if they actually grab it, like, isn't it about to like activate? Like, you gotta be careful of it activating and turning into stone. No, right?
都合よく一人で寝てるわけもないし、そのために潜入するんだから。
Mm-hmm. Okay.
なんでその耳飾りで声聞こえるの？僕らもわかんないよ。
We don't get it either.
ああ、二手に分かれて戦うことになる。
Damn right, baby. Let's go.
ミッションは石化光線を投げさせる。
了解だ。なんとかしよう。いや、こちらの声は聞こえないのか。片道だけでも連絡できるのはめっ。
Oh, that's right. It's a one-way communication route. Like they can't communicate back. It's not like an earpiece and a mic. It's just an earpiece. Mid-air. Oh, so they want the spy team just to make her throw it. That's it. Not retrieve it. They're gonna retrieve it apparently.
最初からこのバトルは空中戦なんだよ。ドローンを作る。
He's gonna build a drone?
空中は科学のフィールドだ。
Okay. You ever seen videos of like a drone's point of view? Like a lot of people that have drones, they do like crazy shit with it. Like, bro, drones are so cool. I'd love to fuck around with one. It's like basically like an RC car, but it flies. It's like every little kid's fucking dream in some way, I feel like.
それよか肝心のモーターだ。
Okay. There we go. That's what creates the motion. There we go. He just showed a small example, but we're gonna need a much bigger one. Hey, you gotta do some tedious shit if you want to get to your goal. You know what I'm saying? Especially with
これが
Silence.
敵の本拠地
Trial and error over and over again. Yeah, I want to see this place, bro. Okay, it's up in the trees and shit. Interesting. I fuck with the environment. Like, I fuck with how, like, most of the houses in, like, shelter and there's, like, a bunch of bridges. It's all in, it's like, oh, look, all these trees. Like, that's pretty cool. I fuck with it. Are we actually gonna see him? Okay, this is literally like Magma from our group. Bro, the voice actor, that's Thorgil, bro, from Vinland. I recognize that from anywhere. Because Thorgil, like, both of them are such meatheads. Like, his voice actor fits that type of character so well.
なるほど滅法厳しそうだな警備はアマリリス15秒欲しい作れるか
Did she just say 15 seconds?
オッケー任せて
初めて見ましたこんなにたくましくて素敵
Okay, we're distracting him and these people already. He's not used to getting this attention at all. He's flustered immediately.
皆さんもすごいんですねいいですか見ても
Got them wrapped around her little finger, bro. Oh, oh my god. All right, that was pretty much already 15 seconds, so okay. Already wasting time, but let's go, Kohaku. Do your thing.
見つけたぞ我々の勝利
The key? What did you find? What did you find? Ah, come on, tell me, show me something, please.
船で連絡した時見たく一か八か大声で
That's probably not the best idea, Ginro.
各潜入したのに全部無駄になっちゃうじゃんあんたらまだ見習いだからね
Okay, damn, damn. Chill out. Oh my god. Okay, that's like 10 hits, bro. Relax. Jesus.
モーターのテスト用マシン
There we go. So, okay, we got the motor done.
ミオンクこれはこれでなんか使えそうじゃないあー聞こえてっか琥珀
Yeah, of course, Ginro's getting put through the ringer instead of the other two. So this is how they're going to allow Kohaku and them to be able to use communication themselves. Since there was a battle between one-way communication thanks to the earpiece. It literally looks like a rat. So yeah, since the villagers don't know any better. she just hit it in her breast. Yo, clutch up for Amaryllis, bro. She is saving us time and time again with her swindling personality. Science Academy. Oh, he's learning how to write. So he was actually inspired to learn it, but did he though? Did he retain the information or no? Because he has that memory. Is Ginro finally about to have his moment? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, this is like what he what he would love to have happened. Like he's looking back on it. Man, maybe I should have sat down and learned. That way I would have been useful in this moment. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are we doing? No, they're just trying to send you info. It's not a super big like SOS save us. Like no. Yep. Damn. So they're leaving it up to them to decipher it. Kohaku tried her best to draw it. Senku's lost, bro. He's like, dude, I don't fucking know.
なんだこの絵
For real.
アイスか
Ice cream? Is that supposed to be a popsicle?
アイスを氷河がエンジンで溶かした心の方からにじり寄らないと
Okay, teach me your
文字
ways.
書く立場になって考えてみてよセンクちゃん
Emojis?
なるべく簡単な絵耳慣れた単語プラスチッククリアだぜプラスチック
Wait, what?
たちはプラスチックが欲しいって言ってるんだよ
No, they're not asking for it.
さすがに使い道ねえだろ
Is that what she found?
頭文字とかかな
She said that it was their key to victory, for the key to their science or something.
となると暖炉熱いあったかいポカポカとかかな
Uh-huh. Okay. What does this all mean? What is the key? What is the key that she found?
心の中全部覗かれてる感じなんだよ
そうあたりだなこっから先
Oh, so they're barely even done with the deciphering. That was just the start of it. Jesus.
あそこに科学の鍵が
The key of science, yes. I'm trying to figure this out.
セン君の父上たちが残した
Oh, that's what it is. It's at the root of that tree. Okay. Alright, okay, alright. I get it now. Not from that fucking drawing, but thanks for finally saying it. Holy shit. Bro, what is with her in all these positions, bro? They love the fan service on Kohaku, bro. Holy shit. We found platinum. That's what the message is. Okay. Which translates to we found the ship. We found Soyuz.
白夜たちの残した究極のお宝をよ
Now we can save everybody. Holy shit, I thought Rusui's cape for a second was blood.
石化から復活できる
Boom. Let's go. Ah, and it ends right there. We haven't got the platinum in our hands yet, but at least we know where it's at now. Thank God, because that was one of the main reasons why we came to this island, was to figure out where that is to get that platinum and the other materials that are in there. Like, it's a huge, it's literally a treasure fucking like chest for them. So good on Kohaku for like finding that and noticing that so quickly. But that's a matter of like, how are we actually going to get our hands on it? Because it's the root of the master's tree. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably not going to be as easy as we think. Alrighty, guys. What another amazing episode of Dr. Stone. That was really, really good. Like I thought. I was hoping to see this place where we get into the inner palace. And sure enough, it's not really a palace, but in terms of, I mean, it is to them for their like main like capital of their island. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where the master lives, and this is where all the, you know, strong soldiers live and all that stuff. So it's very, very unique and interesting. Like, I like how it's like made out of tree houses, and it's all connected by bridges all throughout this like big like trove of trees. Like, it's all connected in a way, and it's all in trees. So I like the look of the environment and how it looks in the palace. That's really cool. And then sure enough, we see how they are splitting up into two teams and how effectively they're going to be able to accomplish their goals by, you know, stealing this petrification beam weapon with, you know, the spy team, which is Ginro, Kohaku, and Amaryllis, going into the actual palace since they got in through the beauty contest. And then we have the science team who's staying behind but helping them out on the sidelines as much as possible through many ways. One of the first being Senku made an earpiece for Kohaku so she can have one-way communication and hear what she needs to hear from Senku and them, like what to do, or like advice, or like new info that they gathered themselves, all kinds of stuff. Like, it's a very handy little piece of info in your ear that you can always have that one-way communication. Now, thank God they mentioned it later in the episode, but at first, when I first heard earpiece, I was like, oh, bet, this is huge. Like, that's huge for communication. But I forgot that it's just an earpiece. It's not also a mic. So you can't have two-way communication. It's only one way. So Kohaku's only able to hear them and what they say to her, and she can't relay stuff back through that earpiece. So that's where later in the episode, as they're going through and, you know, kind of figuring out where the layout of the land is in this palace, like, because obviously there's a lot of bridges, a lot of houses and stuff. And we saw for a quick glimpse, I thought we were going to get to see the master, but obviously we didn't. Assistant to the master went into his, you know, house or whatever, and it showed kind of like the shadow figured outline of him, but of course they didn't reveal it right away, so oh well. But we saw as they were figuring out the layout, they run into a guy that's very, strong, muscular. He's pretty much like our Magma from Ichigami Village, and it's funny as shit because I don't know, I don't think it's the same voice actor as Magma. I haven't heard Magma's voice in a while, and I'll have to like check. But obviously they're like kind of like the same character, like super macho, like fucking strong as shit, like always ready for a fight or whatever, pretty much an aggressive person. And it's funny because this guy's voice actor is the same voice actor for Thorgel from Vinland, and I noticed it right away because obviously that voice actor fits that type of character so well, and obviously I've been loving Vinland, so I just recognized it immediately. And they noticed right away, okay, security's pretty tight here, like we're gonna have to be careful. But sure enough, Amaryllis is coming in clutch every time for her swindling personality, and obviously just because she's very pretty, where she was able to give Kohaku 15 seconds to actually confirm what she thought she saw, and what she saw was the Soyuz spaceship, which is the treasure chest that we need that has platinum. And we were trying to figure out what this actually was, and they were trying to figure out how to also relay this information to Senku. So sure enough, Senku and them decided to make this little RC car, basically, which is a motor. First they made the motor because they want to make a drone later with that, obviously, because that's like their main goal of how they're going to steal the petrification beam. So they're trying to use the spy team to bait out Kirasami, I think her name is, the girl warrior that's like right below, like, with the Mose and the assistant to the master, and the master, like she's one of the strongest warriors. She's the one that usually has the weapon on her. So they want the spy team to bait her out using the weapon, but not actually take it themselves, because obviously that'd be risky. I was already thinking like, okay, how are you just gonna take it with, like, snatch it? Like, if you're going, like, if she's about to activate it, aren't you gonna fucking turn to stone? So obviously this is where we get the info where he's trying to make a drone so he can steal it out of midair, because obviously it's a long rope that throws it outwards and upwards, so it doesn't affect the user, but it affects everyone else who's closer to it. So that way, since she usually throws it upward and as far as possible, the drone will be able to snatch it easily. So that's the goal with the drone. That's why they made a motor, and they used the motor first to make this RC car to send to Kohaku and them. And they made it look like a rat, so all the villagers don't know any better of what it is. They're just like, oh my god, it's a huge rat. Like, oh shit. So Kohaku gets her hands on it, obviously, thankfully. That was where it was meant to end up, was with them three. And that was given to them so they could send a message if they needed to. Really, they were hoping for a letter, like an actual message. But again, Ginro didn't sit down for the, Science Academy. We got a little flashback with him, fantasizing of what he should have done. Like, he should have learned how to do it, and he was about to feel really proud of himself. Like, yeah, this is my moment to shine. This is where I can help. But he didn't sit down for the class. That didn't actually happen. Like, he was just fantasizing that he did do it and that, like, he would be, like, useful. But Kohaku saw right through it, and I was thinking it too. I was like, he didn't actually fucking do this shit. And sure enough, he was like, man, I should have learned. So none of them know how to write. Obviously, Amaryllis doesn't, because she's from this island, and none of them know how to write. Most people, I feel like, in the entire world that are just alive right now, they don't know how to write. So, it would have been clutch if Ginro did. I thought I had 1% hope for a second, but I was pretty keen on, like, yeah, he didn't fucking learn. So they send a message as best as possible. This little encryption, it was a drawing that Kohaku tried to send as best as possible. And when they first get it, they're like, what the fuck is this? And obviously I have no idea what I'm looking at, so I'm like, yeah, you guys figure this out shit for me. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. But basically it translated to, we found platinum, which also means we found the spaceship Soyuz. Like, we found the treasure chest. So that is huge. If they can get their hands on it, if Kohaku can somehow, sneak her way in and just get the you don't need the whole chest right now, but if you can get that platinum, that is fucking huge. We can get more allies revived, help us out more on the science side, and then also, like, that will help just in terms of the efficiency of what we're making and this and that to help out the spy team that is inside the Inner Palace. So very, very cool stuff. I'm glad we got to actually see the Inner Palace, and hopefully next episode, I'm assuming sometime soon we're gonna actually see what the Master looks like, and because this whole beauty contest is all these women are chosen for the Master, also other people, but obviously Master probably gets fucking first choosing. Like, if he happens to walk by or like sees like one of these girls, he's gonna be like, oh, I want her. So Yeah, very exciting stuff. I'm glad they found the treasure chest and they have an idea of where it's at. It's at the bottom or like the root of that main tree that is on the master's house. Like the master's house is at the top and at the bottom of the tree is where the chest is. So they have a chance. They have a chance to get this platinum soon, and that is huge. Even if they don't get it soon, it's still huge that we at least know where it's at and it's intact. That is great to know. Hopefully intact. I mean, it looks like it's intact, I'm sure, from what she saw, because it's obviously the key of science. But have they gotten into it? Do they know how to get into it? Do they, you know, have they stolen the materials that are inside there, like the master? Like, we don't even know who the master is. Also, so like maybe the master knows more than we think. Like maybe he's more of a, like he knows like science and stuff like that. Like that would be a crazy twist. And like he's the only one that does, and he keeps all that info from everybody else in the village. That way he has no uprising through science. That'd be interesting. Definitely a twist. I don't know why I get that feeling, but I just feel like it's possible. So really good stuff this episode. I'm glad they found that, and they're officially in the Inner Palace, and these two teams are working efficiently, science and spy. So great stuff this episode, and really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So if you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. I'm getting right into the next episode right after this, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.